Hi, Aries. This is Just with your June 10th, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Aries, a lot of little things to cover this week. A lot of you guys are at your peak. Okay. You're really good mentally. I feel emotionally you're very strong at this time. Well, we'll get into the mental side in a minute, but you're very strong. So you're getting a lot done physically. Okay. And I feel like some of you are tying up loose ends or still dealing with whatever was unfinished or undealt with in the past, prior weeks, prior days. This week, though, there is some areas of frustration, of anxiety that some of you are dealing with, and it could have something to do with money. Now, I do see that there's whatever you've learned, found out about. It could be, I get it's surrounding around women, a female in your life, a couple of females in your life. Some of you now may have the responsibility of your parents, of your whole family dynamic. I feel like you have people around you who are in financial strengths, okay? Financial setbacks, financial problems. And you now have to be there for them along with doing everything that you need to do in your regular everyday life. And this thing could have just like come up on you, like their situation, their circumstances, or you now having to be involved in it now comes upon you. And you have been worried and stressed about it. You're doing everything that you can to try to take on, it looks like, other people's issues on, and also stay balanced enough to deal with your situation, because it looks like you guys now have new things that's going on. So it's like you're trying to keep the peace. You're staying solid. You're trying to stay strong. And a lot of you, for the most part, you are very strong in this situation. And you may have someone that's going to be there to help you through it. Now, all of you, it's not going to be that you're taking on a family situation. For some of you, it's your own issues financially that you're dealing with. And it's almost like you do whatever it takes to get you where you need to be, is what I'm saying. It's kind of like, by any means necessary is what I'm getting this week. Okay. Because it's like something that you're really focusing on, that you really are putting all your energy and effort into to get. Now, for some of you, for everybody, it'll be different. For some of you, it could literally be that you're building a home, right? You're going through the process of, and this is new construction, built construction. Others of you, it's your own business. It could be, again, taking on a new family role. And I feel that you may have at times had to kind of defend yourself, fight for a situation, be at battle. You have to be very strategic with this situation. It is all for your overall happiness. And I feel like it's not a selfish thing. It's not something that Aries is just focusing on with themselves. It is ultimately to bring happiness to not just you, but others around you and who you really care for. So again, having to deal with other people's issues this week may be a bit of a challenge. Some of you trying to dig yourself out of a financial hole may definitely be a challenge. I do feel like you may be keeping that under wraps, especially if you're an Aries man. You may be keeping it hidden that you're having more financial problems than even you thought you would have. Be very conscious and conservative with your money this week. I also feel like if you have your own business, be very conscious and aware of your competitors and people around you, because I feel like people are not being as honest, especially if you have like a business partner. Be very conscious with your business partners. As long as you Aries are conscious of your financial statements and how's the money coming in, where's the money going out, and you're doing your checks and balances, you should be fine. If you're someone that, leaves someone else to kind of take care of the finances, you are going to regret that. You may have someone who is less than competent when it comes to financials, and it may be at your I don't want to go as far as say a demise, but it will be a challenge for you down the line. It's not something you're going to see now in this week, but it will creep back up down the line. So you kind of want to be conscious with that, because you may be really assured with someone like, no, we're fine, we're good, he's great. And in essence, he's keeping a lot of, hidden from you, and he doesn't know that much about finances or how to either grow it or how to manage it. Now, others of you, I feel that as we get closer to next week, Some of you are going to realize that someone is having financial problems. Again, for some of you, it's not all going to be the same. Some of you may witness on the job that there's a lot of friction. There's a lot of bite, backbiting. You may realize that a lot of people lack respect for your supervisor or the manager. Okay. There will be conflict at the end of the week. It's like it's happening and it literally may spiral out of control. It can start with an argument and turn into a full-on fight. Okay, is what I'm seeing here. So be very conscious. It looks like Aries, you guys will win, but it is no one wins. I mean, technically you may win. So you may win the argument. You may even win the fight. Heaven forbid you're actually physically fighting, but you may win, but really no one is going to win the situation. Okay. Bruised egos are going to be laid down and you may lose a couple of people at this time. So just be conscious and you're trying your best to keep the balance. You really are. And I do feel like you have a lot coming at you and you feel very kind of in your element and strong at this point, but it's very difficult for you to kind of get along with people or people to get along with you. And I do feel that it's almost like someone's got to go. Excuse me. That's what I'm getting. Like someone has to go. And so there's like almost like energies is pushing everything and making everything come to this forefront. So certain things can kind of get pushed away, if that makes any sense. So there's going to be a kick up, an argument, but it almost feels like it possibly needs to happen. Yeah, I feel like you're going to... Okay. I feel like you're going to... It needs to happen, I feel, to recalibrate where you are right now. So if there's any issues with families, if any issues at the workplace, it's like certain things are going to be said and done. And again, feelings may be hurt, but it is to kind of bring everything out, if that makes any sense. Okay. The advice here is there's someone in your life. So I do feel like Aries women is doing a lot better with their finances. Okay. They may experience other people issues and they have to kind of be leaned on. So I feel like be very conscious with your finances. Aries men, lean on that woman in your life or a particular woman that it doesn't have to be your mate. It could be your mom. It could be someone that that you have a closeness with, because I feel like they will help you if there is an issue with your finances. Aries women, be very conscious with your finances and, save for a rainy day, but continue to be conscious and continue to focus on your finances and your stability. I do see that, going after what you want in a very clear sort of way and learning to be discerning, okay? When it comes to people, I'm saying necessity of discernment here is going to be a benefit for you. And like I said, starting anew and embracing Aries, embracing that individuality of you guys. It seems like, at some point you guys have some of you, not all of you, may have lost that, need almost to go at it alone. It doesn't mean that you're alone. It just means that you embrace, endeavors independent in and of yourself. It seems like a lot of doing it with other people or needing to be a part of a group or needing to be, those sorts of things is more important to you now. But to some extent, it comes with more challenges. So if some of you are saying that, this go around, I'm just doing it by myself, you will be happy that you've made that decision. It may take another 3 months or up to within 3 years to really see in its totality. But you're going to see that you've made a good choice, either taking a new leap in a new direction or going at it on your own. Now, when it comes to matters of love, I definitely see that someone is not happy that somebody's had a baby. Somebody found out that another person someone found out that somebody's pregnant. Someone's found out that somebody's married, and all hell is breaking loose. Okay. Someone clearly doesn't get along with the other person's mother, like the mother-in-law or the child's, their mate's mom. That's a problem. And if she came to stay, she's getting the hell on and she's leaving. And I do get that there is a wanting to kind of make something happen. You're trying to make something happen with your family. You're really trying to move in silence and either trying to relocate your family. Some of you are trying to do things behind closed doors. Like you don't want people to find out. Some of you could be dealing with a married man. And it's for some of you, I actually see that the wife could be aware of it. That you are stepping outside of a relationship or vice versa. I do see that there was worry. There's a wanting to work a situation out, but at the same time, keeping secrets. Okay. All in the name to keep a family happy or keep things the way that it is. Okay. And for some of you, you're holding on to a situation love wise that isn't going to be for your benefit and down the line, because it's almost like you give an inch, a person takes a mile, is what I'm saying. So it's like you accept one thing of, and I told you guys, and I said that I gave you a message last week. So this is showing up in a whole different kind of message of you give a person an inch, you go along with a little bit, right? And then they push more on you. And then you go along with a little bit more. And then they push more on you. Before you know it, you have a whole blown problem on your hands. And it'll be very difficult to get out of. So it looks like for some of you, some of you are trying to jump ship and you're trying to escape a family dynamic. Others of you, you're really worried because there's been a lot of conflict and things that hasn't been completely made up. Things haven't been completely clear about a family dynamic or where you want to go with this relationship that you have. Now, some of you are very committed. You, like I said, you could be married with the person that you're with. You could be very much married. And, there could be an issue, as I said, with their family, with a particular child and child and baby, if that makes sense. So it doesn't have to be your child. It could be your child and their baby, or your mate, their child and their baby is what I'm getting. Needing to depart, needing to go your separate ways. Some of you could be trying to help your children get out of a situation is what it looks like. For some of you who are single, you will certainly, and if you've been worrying and stressing yourself over past relationships, someone in particular, your happiness is starting over again, moving on and starting over again. Okay. And, or some of you may even take a break from the situation if it is necessary. If you are having financial problems, there will be someone in your life that could help you. That is your rock, that will be there for you, that is going to help you. And I do feel like this is like a partner in crime. So some of you could have someone who's always there for you. It's time to focus on, the money situation. So that could just be what you're focusing on. Or I get a lot like moving in with each other, moving out of one place, moving into another place together. Okay. Love is coming in. And it may overwhelm you. You may have a lot of people from your past coming back, not just like one or two. There may be several people coming back from your past. And if it's not the exact people, it would be people you're meeting that remind you of several people from your past. Emotions will be present this week when it comes to matters of heart. And some of you still reminisce over someone who's very much still either the woman that you wanted to marry and have children, or it could be someone that you were once married and had children by. Okay. I get that some of you, if you're dealing with a third party situation and you're just now finding out, all hell is going to break loose by the end of the week. All hell is going to break loose by the end of the week, because you're going to realize that this person never had any true intentions to you. And it may start out as like a little bit of raucous, and then it really just like snowballs out of control. Okay, so hopefully you guys aren't doing anything unethical, because someone may go out of their way they're not going to be petty. They're going to be vindictive. Like they're going to get you back. Okay. So I would say be very conscious about that. Hopefully you guys aren't doing anything unethical. And I would also say, if you're a very strong couple and things are okay in your marriage, in your relationship, I do feel like you guys are on board with either you have your own business together. Some of you, if one person has a career, I feel more the male energy here. It's like you guys are working together to make sure that you work on this finance situation, whatever the problem is with your finances. You're trying to move. Someone's trying to move in with the other person, or out from one situation and into a new situation. If this is a business thing with your mate, it definitely looks like you guys are going to be winning over a competitor. Okay, if you have like a brick or mortar, that sort of thing is what I'm seeing here. But as far as love is concerned, I definitely see a lot of you who are going to have a fallout, an argument by the end of the week, going into next week, either over someone who's not truly committing, someone did some bad decisions when it comes to their finances, or someone is just very unreliable. So somewhere in where there needs to be reliability is just not showing up. And what starts out as a petty disagreement turns into a full-on argument to where you may break up by the end of the week. Okay, don't worry, because it looks like some of you, there could be a coming back together, but you may be very confused in coming back together, because it may be very short-lived, that this breakup, this not speaking, but then you come back together, but you're still going to be a little confused as to where do you go from here. Because again, I really feel like whatever's going to be said, there's going to be some really hard words to kind of take for someone. Okay, if it's not you, it'll be the other person. And like I said, it looks like you come out the victor, but at a cost, so it's going to cost you, is what I want to say. It is going to cost you. Okay. And I feel like if you're dealing with someone, there's someone here who wants a relationship with you, who wants things to go right, but there could be interference, like another person. It could be a family member. It could be someone's mom. It could be any like interference, external energy that is coming in between you and another person, is what it looks like. And if you now know, it's like you have to address it, and you'll be doing that by week's end. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at in the extended. If you're interested, click that link below, because I'm going to look at you and this person and find out exactly how things will turn out down the line. What are the challenges you guys face? How do they feel about you? What will their actions be? How do they see you versus how you see yourself? How are they going to approach you this particular week? And overall, how's that all going to work out? And what are some regrets that they may have when it comes to you? So if you're interested in those things, among others, click that link below. We can get you started. Otherwise, I would love to hear from you guys. So if you would love to share, please do so in the comment section below. If you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the beginning and end to this video. And if you are new to this channel, I'm trying to like not wake myself up, but trying to gear myself back up, because my energy is starting to get a little low. But if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe because I will be back hopefully with a better, like my mind is delayed. But I will be back with another one. Take care, Aries.